Spire makes another move. Chase Elliott has a new sponsor, a new scheme, and next season's playoff schedule is already looking pretty wacky. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Got a packed show for y'all. It's a packed week full of content. Tomorrow, new episode of Power Hour, my podcast with Brennan and Poole. Also, new NWP. I'll be hosting a live stream right here on this channel tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope to see you there. Lots of news to react to break down. Christopher Bell's crew chief, Adam Stevens, will miss the next few weeks due to injury. The two-time champion crew chief required surgery on both knees after some sort of accident during the off period. Adam Stevens released a statement today saying, quote, "I hate that I won't be at the track for a few weeks, but I will be fully engaged remotely. I am very thankful for the depth and strength of this 20 team and don't anticipate my physical absence having any effect on our performance. The surgery went well and I will be back at the track in a few weeks." Bell's car chief will assume crew chiefing duties in the meantime. Stevens will be at the war room at Joe Gibbs Racing on race day. It's unfortunate to not have your crew chief at the racetrack these final few weeks leading up to the playoffs. Christopher Bell is in a great points position, but you could always get more. He's got 3 wins. Yes, he's got the most stage wins of anyone this year, 9, so he's going to be a high seed, but he is 8th in the regular season standings, only 25 points away from 5th. Every points position pays out playoff points at the end of the regular season. So hopefully Adam Stevens is correct and this does not have an effect on the 20 team's performance these next few weeks, because while they are locked in, every playoff point, every regular season points position matters, and there's a lot to gain. Wishing Adam Stevens a quick and full recovery. Next, Chase Elliott just unveiled a brand new paint scheme for this weekend's race at Richmond. The red Coca-Cola colors are on board the number 9 in a partnership with Slim Chickens. Apparently, Richmond was originally a Hooters date, but of course Hendrick and Hooters ended their relationship earlier this year. Cool to see Slim Chickens on board. I feel like they're kind of an under-the-radar chicken restaurant chain, but one of my personal favorites. If y'all do watch NWP tomorrow night, there's a good chance fried chicken will come up. I'm like known as the chicken guy on that show. Cool to see them on a Cup Series car, honestly. You know what? Screw it. What the heck? The off weeks, they're starting to get to me. I'm going to do it. Nobody asked for it, but here is my top 10 fast food chicken restaurant chains in America. Number 10. That's right, we're doing this. Buckle up, y'all. Number 10, KFC. It's fine. It's convenient, I guess. Number 9. Don't hate me for this, y'all. I've only had Bojangles a couple of times, but frankly, I wasn't super impressed. Those biscuits, however, those are elite. I'll give them credit. At number 8, Popeyes. I'm not a frequent Popeyes enjoyer, but they do make a darn good chicken sandwich. Zaxby's at number 7. Maybe it's not for everyone. I think they season their fries perfectly every single time. Are we counting Wingstop? I say so. Wingstop, number 6. Then in the top 5, we got Slim Chickens. I didn't know anything about Slim Chickens until a couple years ago, but it's grown on me quickly. At number 4, I've got PDQ. There was a PDQ in my neighborhood for years, and I had no idea what it was. It closed. Then I finally tried PDQ when I was in some other city, some other state, and it was fantastic. I'm a sucker for a good waffle fry, even though PDQ sauce isn't really for me. At number 3, Huey Magoo's. I've only seen this place in Florida, but boy, it is a hidden gem. Number 2, Chick-fil-A. A+ waffle fries, A+ nuggets, sandwiches, big menu, wide selection, A+ customer service. They do it right. But I've got Raising Cane's at number 1. You could fill a swimming pool full of that sauce and it still wouldn't be enough. Consistent, quality, and they've got the best mascot. There you go. Top 10 fast food chicken chains in the US according to me, the chicken guy. Gosh, what have I done? I've labeled myself. Okay, sorry. Back on track. I told you guys, it's the Olympic break. No race this past weekend. No race the weekend before that. I gotta have something to talk about. Gotta have a little fun on this show. I'm going crazy. I'm getting restless over here. You know who else is getting restless? Spire Motorsports. They just keep wheeling and dealing. Today they announced Travis Peterson will crew chief the number 71 next year. He will follow Michael McDowell to Spire. Peterson has worked with McDowell at Front Row since the beginning of last season. Of course, last year they won the Indy Road Course race, qualified for the playoffs. This year, they're still looking for that first win. They're not really on the playoff bubble, but they do have 3 pole awards this year, which is kind of a crazy stat. I like the continuity, and Travis Peterson, I think, has exceeded expectations. Remember, when he took over as the number 34 crew chief, he was replacing Blake Harris, who was leaving for Hendrick Motorsports. And the year prior, McDowell and Harris had a really, really strong season. Just a year earlier, they'd won the Daytona 500 together. So Peterson had some moderately big shoes to fill, and I think he's done a great job. So I like the continuity of keeping McDowell and Peterson together. Spire Motorsports just keeps making big moves. Signing McDowell, signing Rodney Childers, letting Corey LaJoie walk, now signing Travis Peterson. The only big question remaining is who drives the number 7 next year. Could it be a young gun like a Sam Mayer? Maybe Ryan Preece, the only current Stewart-Haas Cup guy without a ride for next season. Maybe he gets a shot. Some have suggested Justin Haley, maybe Eric Jones. But will Jones truly leave TRD? I'm skeptical. Rumors continue to persist about Kyle Busch. It's fun to speculate, at least. Again, there's a new episode of Power Hour coming out tomorrow morning, but I want to share a short clip. Brennan Poole, NASCAR Xfinity Series driver, and I had a fun conversation around Spire and what kind of driver they may look to put in the number 7 car for next season. I'll play that clip.
Obviously, something happened where a driver became available that we don't know about. This is what I'm assuming has happened because this is the only thing that makes sense.
So you think they already have their replacement lined up or in mind?
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh.
I don't think they would announce. Well, yeah, I don't think they would announce he was out if they had a replace. If they already didn't know who was going. They're definitely making a push to be a team that wins races. So it's interesting. So whoever's going there is going to be somebody like Michael McDowell, proven winner, fast every single week. They hired him. This other person, I think, is going to probably be of same value, maybe more. And we just don't know it yet.
That's the thing. If they're going to because I know Corey LaJoie has been a little disappointing this season, no doubt, but he's a veteran. He's solid. He's got Cup experience. Some of the initial rumors that popped up were like, oh, well, there's these young guys. They could go get a Sam Mayer, who probably has some funding he could bring. They could go get, but you just said it. They're spending all this money on proven winners like McDowell, Rodney. You would think if they're going to let a non-proven winner like Corey LaJoie walk, they would want to replace him with a proven winner. And the only proven winner I feel is even remotely on the table is Kyle Busch. And that's been the hot rumor. He's supposedly under contract with RCR, but we saw Tyler Reddick got bought out of his final year at RCR. So everyone's wondering between Spire purchasing KBM. Kyle Busch has been in a Spire truck occasionally. Like, they're obviously Busch and RCR is, I'll say it, they've been awful this year in Cup. They've been just abysmal. Could there be, I'm just, I don't know if you've heard anything, but that's like the exciting rumor, but a lot is going to have to fall into place for it to be Kyle Busch. But what you said there, proven winner, I don't really think there is another clear-cut proven winner that's readily available to that team, at least in my opinion.
That's why I think that rumor, although wild, I think there's something going on there. I just think there's something going on there. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. And I'm sure they're trying to keep that as quiet as possible. So we really won't know until something really starts to leak, until it's like really done. Then it seems like stuff starts really spreading.
Let's be crazy reckless here. Let's say it is, say Kyle Busch did somehow become available. Inspire, they spent a lot of money already. Might as well fork over a few more million to buy him out. Say they get Kyle Busch. Is Spire, an ascending Spire, is that as good or better than what Richard Childress Racing currently is from just a speed standpoint? What do you think?
Oh man, I think Kyle Busch in that car will be able to tell just how good they really are. But there are times where the 71 with Zane, who has like zero experience, that we've seen splashes of just real good raw speed. The same thing for the 77. Just splashes of just like real great raw speed with someone that just really doesn't know what they're doing yet, because they're just inexperienced.
Yeah, he's 21.
He just doesn't have the experience yet, but speed, like, whoa, where'd that come from? And I think we've seen that out of Corey many times over the years, where it's like, whoa, the 7 car just legitimately just ran top 10 all day. What, whoa. So now you put someone like Kyle Busch with his leadership skills, his abilities. Rodney Childers, okay.
Again, the full episode comes out tomorrow. Who knows who will get the 7, but some interesting points and theories I feel were raised by Brennan right there. As far as Travis Peterson goes, good signing. He'll work well with McDowell. We already know that. When looking up some of Travis Peterson's history, I had no idea. He actually crew chiefed Matt Kenseth's number 6 car in the season finale of 2018 at Phoenix. That was Travis Peterson's first ever race as a Cup Series crew chief. He finished 6th with Kenseth. I had no idea. I knew he'd been at Roush before. I had no idea he'd worked with Kenseth towards the end of Matt's career. That's pretty cool. So the guy's legit. Hope he does good things at Spire. One final topic I'd like to cover today. The Athletics' Jordan Bianchi continues to piece together the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series schedule. His latest report suggests Talladega Superspeedway may end up in the round of 8 next season. This season, and really ever since the knockout round playoff format was introduced, Talladega has been a round of 12 race, usually the 4th, 5th, or 6th race of the playoffs. But Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic has learned that Talladega is a real possibility for the round of 8 next year. Right now, this is what The Athletic is reporting as the likely 2025 playoff schedule. Not confirmed yet, but this is what Jordan Bianchi is reporting. We open up Darlington, Gateway, Bristol. We've talked about this in the past. Gateway moving into the playoffs. Bristol still the first round cutoff. Fine. Actually, really good round. I think Gateway in June has been a huge hit. I'm a little wary of moving it into the playoffs. Hopefully that doesn't break something that wasn't broken. But overall, that's a good, solid round. The round of 12 now, New Hampshire, Kansas, and the Roval. Again, New Hampshire, formerly a playoff track, moved back into the playoffs. The Roval remains. Look, I do believe there needs to be a road course in the playoffs, but I'm not sure the Roval is it. I'm kind of over the Roval, especially with how good the next gen seems to race at the traditional 1.5 mile Charlotte configuration. But I guess if not the Roval, what other road course could fit into the fall? I mean, Watkins Glen, I guess, is a playoff race this year. Maybe you bump that back a few more weeks. Coda likely would conflict with the Formula One weekend. Sonoma, I don't think will get pushed back. Chicago, if it remains, will not get pushed back. The Indy Road Course is already off the schedule. Road America is already off the schedule. Like, there aren't a ton of options, so we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. I want a road course in the playoffs. It may just have to be the Roval, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't hate it, just not a huge fan of it. Anyway, that's the round of 12. Now, the round of 8 for next year, 2025, according to The Athletic, is likely to be Las Vegas, Talladega, Martinsville, and I'll just spoil the championship for we already know will be Phoenix. Talladega in the round of 8 could decide the championship for. This is too close for comfort. It's long been a running joke, kind of a meme, if you will, that one day NASCAR is just going to put the finale at Daytona or Talladega. Super Speedway, pack racing, a big one, decides the champion. It's been a joke fans have made for years. Putting Talladega as the third to last race of the season, that crucial round of 8 slot, too close for comfort. The joke is a little too close to becoming reality. I don't want this to be a it's funny because it's true kind of scenario. I don't want this to be true. I'm cool with Talladega being in the playoffs. I think there should be a super speedway. There should be a road course, some short tracks, some intermediates. There should be a mix, but I don't think we should put a super speedway this close to the championship for. It should not be this consequential potentially of a race. There is so much at Talladega that is out of the individual driver's control. Guys get crashed all the time at Talladega for doing absolutely nothing wrong. I don't want to see something that fluky potentially impact the championship for. I don't want to see Talladega this late in the year. I wonder what NASCAR's explanation would be for moving it deeper into the playoffs. Is there an Alabama football conflict? Shoot, what is it? Because I don't like where this is headed. I still don't think they'd ever put Talladega or Daytona or Atlanta even as the season finale, but this is a little too close for comfort. That's just my initial gut reaction. Other than that, the rest of the playoff schedule is fine. I'm still not a huge fan of all the flat ovals, but at least they're spread out. There's one every single round. You don't have like back-to-back Gateway, New Hampshire. I guess there is back-to-back Martinsville, Phoenix, I suppose, at the end of the year, but that's been that way for a while now. I guess I'm used to it. Let me know your reaction to this proposed 2025 NASCAR playoff schedule. Do you think this is what the final schedule will look like? could get released any day, any week now. Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave a like while you're down there if you enjoyed this sort of unorthodox episode. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters as well for your continued support of the show. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. The Olympic break is just about over, which means the playoffs are right around the corner. Won't want to miss a thing. I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in, folks.